Model Making Guru is sponsored by emodels.co.uk. Make something awesome. Hey everyone, it's Foxx from modelmaking.guru here. Hello, and welcome to the next exciting instalment of the Star Wars Build Your Own X-Wing partwork build series. I was about to say from DeAgostini, but it's not their build series, it's my build series, but the partwork's from DeAgostini. Yes, welcome. We're doing issue 57 today. Now, as always, before I get going, let me please quickly say I am being provided this entire partwork free of charge and gratis by DeAgostini. They are sending it to me because they're awesome. I'm not paying for it. I'm not receiving any payment at all. I'm just being sent the partwork. So I have to declare that at the start, but thank you very much to DeAgostini. Now, today we're going to be doing issue 57. So before we get on with the buildy, first of all, happy Tuesday, if you're watching this when it premieres. We're going to crack on with issue 57, and we're going to, of course, first of all, take a look at the magazine. Now, I haven't looked at these at all. I haven't checked them out. I don't know what's in them, but I like the look of that straight away. A custom starfighter for Kylo Ren. Absolute pointless character. I did like the sequel films. I couldn't stand Kylo Ren. What an absolute flippy floppy emo nonsense character he was. What a waste of a bad guy. Absolute waste of a villain. I don't know. But I like the look of that. But yeah, it's got no absolute cues to Star Wars sort of styles at all. But it's alright. Anyway, yes, it's quite interesting. We're still looking at the sequel films, by the way, special effects. What they came out with in the end, I thought was a bit pants. I didn't like this. I didn't like this sort of cough lozenge. No, it's just like Kylo Ren himself. It's just, what they did was just tie interceptor wings and stick them on this nonsense. Nah, I couldn't stand Kylo Ren. I didn't like that shit that he ended up with in the end. Yeah. Nah. Anyway, let's move on. What's interesting now? Here we are. Yeah. Now we're getting back into Clone Wars animated series. This is my style. Cad Bane, who has got, I have to say, a fantastic voice. When they got the voice artist and they put loads of effects on it, he's got this real kind of deep processed. It sounds great. If you've not watched the Clone Wars, go and watch them. It's like 7 seasons of awesomeness. With Cad Bane, he's got this great voice. He has this fantastic looking ship, not for long. We'll leave it at that, no spoilers. But yeah, great ship. It's a Xanadu Blood. It's from Bactoid Armour Workshop, of course, the company that makes all the droids. It's one of the companies is Bactoid. And then we're straight into building. That was fast. That was very quicky. So we'll crack on with the building. Have we got a little teasy picture of explaining some technology in this one? No, we've got no little beauty shot at all with how this starship works information. Nothing I can read out. Well, that's just rum. There you go. We missed out. We got to see some Cad Bane. I can't do a Cad Bane voice. I'm not even going to try. But yeah, go and watch some Clone Wars. It's brilliant. I'll go and get ready, and we'll do the buildy. Okay, so let's crack on. Now, there's 2 steps we need to do today. We need to do the casing for the engine, which we've done before. It's putting all the tubes on the outside. Then we also need to build the interior parts and do some wibbly-wobbly wiring. I know, me doing wiring, electricity, I don't know. We've got to do that as well. But before we get going, very quickly, I did go ahead and glue on that little fin on the turbo encabulator or whatever it is after the last episode. I just popped this back out again and glued it back on with some super glue. Perfect, not a problem. So let's crack on. We're going to move these out of the way over here, because the first thing we need to do, well, let's put these in something for safety porpoises. We've got a clear piece this time as well, because it's the little diffuser plate that goes at the back. So we're going to put that in there. That can sit over there out of the way. Now, we've done this before. You know the routine here. We've got all the little twiddly bits in this little clamshell. Now, like I said last time, when you're doing these clamshells, please take care. Make sure that there's no little tiny parts left behind. Now, there's an extra bit in here, and it's this ring here. So put that to one side. You don't need that just yet. We've got that. Let's just tip these out carefully. There we go. And as I said last time, or in the previous episode, always make sure there's no little bits left in the plastic. Like that little U-shaped piece here, that can be a pig for getting stuck behind with static cling. So make sure they're clear, put them to one side. Don't throw them away yet, because if you miss a little piece, it's guaranteed to be in there. So we'll get these bits on. Now this should be fairly straightforward. You've seen this all before. The first one we need to do is the Big Daddy here, which apparently is the first one we put on this time. I need to put my lenses on so I can see. There we go. This Big Daddy goes on here like that. I don't know why we're doing this one first this time, but I think it's maybe just to keep things varied up a little bit and interesting, perhaps. Who knows? And remembering, of course, you've got this funny little weird angle you've got to work at. It's at 90 degrees to the vertical and not 90 degrees to the surface of the engine cowling. It's 90 degrees to the straight vertical, to 90 degrees to the horizontal. Sorry, I get that wrong. 90 degrees to the horizontal. The little U piece goes in here. Hope you can see this. If I'm on camera, that goes in there. Next page, we have. Okay, no order for these. Just slap them all over. So we have the roundy one first, which is C, which goes. Okay, this one. You know what? The other instructions in the other issue were a lot more friendlier than this one. The C comes around here and meets with that one, so that goes there. I hope I'm on camera. Am I on camera? Almost on camera, Fox. Almost, but not quite. That sits there like that. Slips down and stretch and snicked. In you go. Hopefully you won't need to glue any of these. F and G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That's F because it's got 3 spikes, and the knobbly bit is at that end. I think. Yes. But yeah, the instructions in this one, whereas in the other one it gave you the 1-by-1 step, this just says, here's all the pieces, put them there. It looks like that. Yeah. It's nice they vary it up, so it's not just copy and pasted each time. It does at least make it look like they've made a bit of an effort. But it's pretty much exactly the same. Again, make sure you're 90 degrees to the, I don't know, the other perpendicular direction. The horizontal. Not 90 degrees to the carapace or the cowling. Also make sure you don't drop things. Anyway, how are you today? It's Tuesday today. Welcome. Welcome. Ooh, this one's being a pig. Go on, don't snap on me. Just go in the hole. Just get it though. There's always one that wants to be awkward. If it does snap, I can just glue it. Oh, that's not wanting to go in at all, that one. Go on. In you go. I don't want to force it, but at the same time I've got to put some pressure on it to go in. I think this one's going to snap. I've just got that feeling. I'm putting a lot of pressure on that. Nope, there's actually, I can see why it's not going in. There's actually a small stub of plastic in there, in the hole. Tiniest little nib of plastic just in that hole. I need to do it. So no matter how much I would have pushed that, it's not going to clean it. So I'll get my little knife blade and I'll just carve out that hole a little bit, just to make it nice and spacious. Spacious, not specious. If ever anything doesn't fit, try not to do too much forcing it. Just stop and take a proper look. Okay, that's cleared it. So this mouth hopefully should go in properly. That. Because I was cautious then, it was on the verge of snapping. I think there we go, that's better. Now what I will do, because I've made that hole a little bit bigger, I'm just going to take some of my plastic magic. Remember, this is ABS plastic, not polystyrene. You can't use normal polystyrene cement. You can't use Tamiya Extra Thin or your Revell Contactor or any other kind of cement that you normally use on model kits. You have to use a glue that works with ABS. There we go. So that's there. Cool. Right, so the next one is on the other side. Needs to go side, of course. Same way, curvy bit here. See that little curve? I'm not even on camera, am I? Do you know, I've had some camera problems today, and I've just lost a load of footage that I've got to refilm. I'm going through all the magazines, so I'm in a bit of a grumpy mood. And if I seem a bit flustered, it's because I'm really wary of I've got one chance to record this, and if the footage gets screwed up again, if the camera does any funky stuff again, it's going to be like massive pain in the bum, because I can't re-record assembling something once I've assembled it. You got that went in nicely, but I'll just touch it with a little bit of glue. It's a nice firm fit, but just to be safe. So yes, so I'm a little bit in 6s and 7s at the minute, because it's a good half hour of footage I've just lost, which I'm going to have to go and film again. It was all just here's what's in this week's magazine, but it's still frustrating to lose it. This needs to go here like that. So I'm a little bit, not panicky, it's just like, I'm wary of the recording now, whether it's actually going to record. There's another little nub in here. Piece off now. Can I get this piece off again? Get my knife out and just try and gently ping it back out. Gently as I can. There we go. So there's another little plastic nub. Just a little tiny glip of plastic in the hole. Just getting in the way. And it's not all the way through, it's just at the bottom of the hole. So you can get the little peg halfway in and then it sticks. It's always good to have a little your hobby knife or your scalpel or craft knife nearby. Going to fit now. There we go. That's better. Now this end here is a bit loose at that end, so I'm going to glue that end just to make sure it's in properly, which is there. I'm not using a lot of the glue. I'm still not doing it on camera. I'm not using a lot of the glue, just a touch of the glue, because it's thin enough that the capillary action will just suck it into place. There we go. They're beautiful. And the last one is this one. Oops. With the little nodules at the top ends. There we go, that goes on there. Now I'm a little bit stressed with the next bit because it involves wiring and stuff, and it's going to take me a good 10 or 15 minutes. And that's when I have problems sometimes with long bits of footage that get destroyed. So it's quite frustrating. And it's completely random, it's not like it's a software issue, I think. Because I'm filming on smartphone, not dedicated camera. It's too expensive. Right, so that's all those bits. So I'll go and get the next bits ready. And I'll do a quick jump cut so I can keep this clip short. And we'll do the next bit back in a second. Also, there's the middle of the frame, Fox. It's there. I'm a bit flustered. Okay, so the next step now is assembling the actual inside engine bits. This is the exhaust tube where all the blech comes out. Got lighting and everything. So the first thing we need to do, we've got a little clear part in here, which I'm going to keep in that bag just for the moment, just to keep it all nice and clean. First thing we need to do, actually I need to get that clear part out. So I'll just shut up and I'll get this out of the bag. Making me out to be a liar and a fool. I don't need any help making myself out to be a fool. I am a fool. I'm made of fool. Right, there we go. So, this piece, we now have to attach this to this. Now, you have to get it the right way around. Fit the 4 pins on the thrust diffuser into the holes on the lens. One pin is smaller than the others, so it only fits this way around. That's great. Which way round does the actual thrust diffuser go? Now, this bit here, where's my pointy stick? This bit here is recessed, do it in the middle, is recessed on this side and smooth on that side. If I remember rightly, it's supposed to go into the recessed bit because that kind of makes sense. Because you've got to fit this into there. So we want that like that. One pin is smaller than the other. It's that one there. Unfortunately, just by looking with your eyes, you can't see which is the smallest one. That is not helpful. But thankfully, it will only fit one way, which is that's the smaller one there. There we go. It's really hard to see with your eyes of looking. It's quite tricky. There we go. That's in the little recess. Now I'm getting fingerprints all over this, but don't panic. What's going to happen is when we finish building everything and I'm painting everything, the first thing I'll do is pop these off the end of the engines, because these just sit on the end of the engines. Pop these off, take them all apart and get these clear parts out, because when I'm spraying and painting I don't want to get paint on these clear parts. These will be all taken apart again. So there we go. So the that should be there. Now this needs to go inside here. Align with the thrust nozzle, matching up the notch in the lens with the thing there. There we go. Spong, and that's in. That's not in. That is in. Now remember this. It's really, really loose until it goes ka-tink and then clicks into place. Or sometimes they're just loose and they fall out. Press it in as far as possible. That's as far as possible, I think. Not going to go any farther than that, I don't think. Is the right way, isn't it? Yes, I think so. No. Simpleton. It's that way, you spoon. Fanny bits. I just said fanny bits, didn't I? That on the inside. There we. That's better. That's more like it, I think. Yes, there we go. Khajiit knows how to do things when pressed. I've got little pegs on the inside that line up with these holes along the outside. They're just quite hard to line up, even with that big notch and key at the top. From this way, right there we go. That's it, I think. There we go. Yes, you've got little pegs that stick out a tiny amount and go into those holes. There we go. That's better. Yeah. So when we come to paint this, I'm not going to try and paint this with the clear part installed because that would be stupid, crazy talk. I'm going to obviously take this bit out. So that's on there. Next, put that to one side. Next, we have the lead. Now, it's very important when you get these leads, you do not take the number sticker off the end. I learnt this about 10 episodes in after taking all the number stickers off. Because when it comes to wiring this thing up later on, each wire goes into a specific socket. And you need to know which wire goes where, so don't take these numbers off. Whoa, don't do that. So make sure this wire is nice and straight. Got an LED on the end. So you need to take the tip of the LED into the hole in the reflector. Goes this way, so we're going to push that through there tightly as we can. Now this is the scary bit. This is the very scary bit. You have to get the right way around for a start. Rotate that round. We need to just push that back out again. Hang on a minute. There we go. Right, this needs to basically bend down there, so I need to get this that way around. Again, it's not on camera, I do apologise. I need to have it flat like that because I need to bend this wire back now. And this is the scary, hairy bit. There's a tab there. You can see there's a tab. I need to make sure I'm doing it all down here and the camera's miles away. I need to bend this back as carefully as I can without breaking anything, so that it sits flush on there like that. And this bit terrifies me because if the light breaks, you just kind of screwed. There's nothing you can do. There's no replacement. You probably can get replacement parts, but you're still a bit screwed. So that's on there like that. I'm just going to do a quick test with I've got my little testing box that we got in issue 1. I'm going to do a quick tiny little test just to make sure I've not knackered a wire because it felt like something went horribly wrong there. Oh no, it still works. Yes, good. I'll just double check for you. I'll show you. Little testing box. Yeah, see? Woo, it's glowing. It's glowing. It's alive. Whew, thank goodness for that, he said, censoring himself very, very carefully. Now, we need to go back to the assembly we did last time, which is this part here. And we need to have it like this. And we basically feed this through there. Again, I know I've done this 3 times already, but it's easy to forget when it's 5 months ago. There we go. Oops. So that feeds through there. And then out through the other one here, like there to see. Woo! Through the hole, not wrapped around the doobie-doos. And then fit the plug down through the hole from step 12. That goes there like that. Feeding the wire through to the reflector is in this position. So that basically needs to be like There, do you see? Like this. Am I doing this off camera and all over the place? I do apologise, I'm just being rubbish today. All these shows have been really rubbish. Terribly rubbish. Now it says feed the engine casing. Where have I put the engine? There it is. Feed the plug through the hole in the engine casing. You finished off on page 10, which is this one. This needs to go through there like that. And don't trap the wire. We'll line up the 2 mounting posts on the engine. Yada, yada, yada. That needs to go... Wait, what? That's the wrong. It needs to go from the inside out. There we go. That goes in there like that. Feed it through. Feed. I'm hungry, actually. That sits in there. That sits in there. 2 pegs. Where's the pegs? Fancy not pegs. That's one. That's the other. Taking care not to trap the wire, which I've just done. Yeah. Not paying attention, am I? I never said I was good at any of this nonsense. I never claimed anything, ever. Right. Taking care not to trap the wire. Or get your head in shot. God, this is fiddly. I don't remember it being this fiddly last time. Matron. Right, that's there. I'm not going to push it all the way home because I need to make sure I can still pull the wire through. Because what happens now is I'm not going to push it all the way home yet because I need to pull that through. This bit needs to sit in there. I need to make sure I've not got... If I put it in fully on, snapped in place, I'm not going to be able to pull the wire through. So, just get that through there. That needs to sit in here like this. With the notch still, you remember this notch bit here? Apologies if this is all off camera. It's terrible. I know it's terrible. I'm just being an arse. It's just, I've got to try and get everything on camera, but also assemble everything at the same time. That's kind of also important. So that's that. I can pull that through a little bit more, just a tiny amount. There we go. That should be enough now. Perfect. I'm just going to double check it still works, as is the way. Always check your things as you go along before you start sealing things in. Is that working? Put the plug in the right way, it will help. Yep, that works. Yes, fantastic. Yes, if you've got anything like that, just keep checking as you go. It's always good to keep checking your work. That's in. This is going faster than I'd hoped. Put the other one on top, which goes like this. Again, there's a little groove around the edge there, and there's a little notch in the top that just needs to go down into those gaps. And you see them pistons that we talked about in the last couple of episodes. This is where the sadness happens now, because those 2 pistons go away forever. You're never going to see them. You can just about see them through the gap there, but yeah. And then this bit we made here, this bit sits over the top, and you've got a groove at the top there, and that's where that block sits in that groove. That goes on there, locks everything into place, and this ring, which needs to be fatter on the inside and thinner on the outside, goes like that. And that then holds the engine together. And then what we have, again, just do a last quick test, just to make sure. Which way did that go? Okay, there we go. Engine works perfect. Oh, I've got blind. I can't see. Oh, I looked at the bulb. Oh. So the beauty of it is, this piece and this piece hold the engine together. Now, you will see there is a big gap here, but thankfully, other than that bit there and that bit there and these little edges, this bit goes inside the engine housing anyway. This little bit here I can fill with some fillers, but all this other bit just looks like these edges of these little raised panels. So very little filling to do there, but we're not going to do that because, at least not yet, because when it comes to painting this, like I said before, I don't want to paint that clear part. So what we'll do when it comes to painting is just pop that off, take the clear part out, get everything painted, and then put it all back together again. And then you'll have your finished engine with transparenty glowy bit. Okay, it says to test it, and that's done. And that then is that bit done. So this concludes issue 57, and this was a terrible video. I do apologise. I'm still struggling from the fact my camera goofed up and everything went a bit wrong, and it stressed me out no end. So hopefully that was all right and this comes out. But that's going to do us for issue 57. Don't forget, of course, if you want to get this part work for yourself, you can do. The link is in the description below this video to Modelspace, where you can get this from. It is a really nice part work. You can see how big it's going to be. Don't forget, of course, as well, if you'd like to help support this channel and maybe help contribute towards me getting a decent camera and not using my iPhone all the time, maybe one day, then you can become a patron or a channel member. You can become a patron at patreon.com/modelmakingguru. The address is there on the screen. Or if you want to, you can just click the join button underneath any one of my videos or live streams, and you can also that way get access to... Wow, hang on. Where's my I haven't got any coffee. Oh, I've run out of coffee. I was going to take a swig of coffee because I'm making all my words fall over. Oh, sadness. Anyway, yeah, you can become a member or a patron. Either way, you get access to content early and sometimes ad-free and exclusive content as well. So do consider becoming a patron or a member. Until next time, though, take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Premiere tomorrow. Come and watch it. Join the live chat. See you tomorrow. Have a good one. Have a good one. I never said that before. Why have I said have a good... Oh, adios amoebas. I need a big strong drink now.